At the age of 3, this boy still hadn't learned to walk. Every time he tried to stand, his bones would immediately shatter. But this wasn't because his bones were fragile. In fact, it was because his muscles were too developed. While an average person has about 600 muscles, little Mark, at only 3 years old, had over 100 times that amount. Even the slightest movement from him was equivalent to the combined strength of hundreds of adults. This was the reason his bones couldn't withstand the immense pressure. If things continued like this, Mark would soon be crushed to death by his own muscles. But neither Mark nor his parents were willing to give up. Every time Mark was injured, they silently treated his wounds and encouraged him to keep trying. By the time Mark was 7, he finally managed to control his runaway muscles. His efforts even led to the formation of a new layer of muscle, almost like an external shell. This not only protected his bones from further damage but also allowed him to maintain a normal human physique. Years later, Mark became a heavyweight sumo wrestler. With his immense strength, he gradually became an undefeated legend in the Japanese sumo world. However, it was a shame that he never truly unleashed his full power. His full strength was terrifying, far beyond what a human could endure. Just a slight exertion could cause catastrophic damage. After Mark's death, the Valkyrie summoned his heroic spirit and gave him another chance to fight with all his power. This time, he would represent humanity in the 5th round of the Divine Human War. Since he was fighting alongside gods, Mark didn't need to worry about damaging his opponent. The Valkyrie had also prepared a female partner for him. When the Valkyrie called, a towering woman, 8 feet tall, appeared. She was the Valkyrie's 3rd sister, Jenny. At first, Jenny was nervous, worried that her appearance might frighten Mark. But to her surprise, Mark looked excited. He thought she was cool and liked her tall, strong build. Without hesitation, he hugged Jenny and confessed his love for her. Jenny was flustered by his words, not expecting such an open confession. The truth was, she also liked men like Mark, so she immediately accepted his proposal. They became a couple in an instant. Soon after, they easily forged a divine weapon together. When the training was over, Mark finally entered the arena. By then, the red stripes on his body were the divine weapon transformed by Valkyrie Jenny. In other words, Mark's body itself had become a divine artifact.